Hello there, I'm Richie and you're watching IG Critic. There are crates full of video games in development. We all have titles we're looking forward to. Some release dates are right around the corner, whilst others are so far in the future that it hurts. Why must we wait? Most people know the names of these games, but not much else. Well, fear not, for we have gathered all these tidbits and snippets from sketches and info we found on the interweb for games in development that we want now. Speaking of webs, Insomniac Games, the wizards behind Ratchet & Clank and Spyro the Dragon, back when he was awesome, are taking their turn at virtualizing our favourite webhead. This game promises a completely new, original story with no plot connections with other games or movies. Peter Parker will play an equally large involvement in the game, and rather than starting from scratch, we will be playing a more experienced Spider-Man. Not focusing on the origins means we don't have to worry about Uncle Ben dying. Again.
Call an ambulance! Somebody help!
Rest in peace means nothing these days. The development team have strived to make Spidey as traversably versatile as possible. Or traversatile. As traversatile as possible. Web swinging, wall running, and even glass breaking parkour. He meant to pay for that, I'm sure. Does the white spider symbol tie into a symbiote-related event? What villains and allies will we see? How hot will supermodel Mary Jane be? Inquiring minds want to know. Ooh, maybe we'll get to see the Ricochet costume again. What? Ricochet was cool. There are still so many questions, yet developers are keeping stum. You need psychic powers to get any information. Luckily, there's an organisation that can make Xaviers of us all. Psychonauts 2, a game of mind over matter where nothing matters more than the mind. Announced in 2015, it's planned for a 2018 release. The brain boxes at Double Fine Studios, including Tim Schafer, the master behind the magic of Broken Age, Grim Fandango and Brutal Legend, have been mind-mapping this cerebral sequel. The gameplay will stay true to the mechanics experienced in the first game. Raz is back with his gymnastic circus skills, his psychic prowess, and mastery of awesome cool powers like the Thought Bubble, Psi Slap, and Telekinesis. Brain power is a force to be reckoned with. Plus, you get to set things on fire. There's a focus on new abilities like knife juggling and cyclones. This adventure will take us to Psychonauts headquarters. The grand head of the Psychonauts, Lily's dad, has been kidnapped and his replacement has diverted funding away from psychonautical endeavours and towards necromancy. Because the government needs that more than mental infiltrators? The plot will reveal more of Raz's family history too, and the mystical curse that makes an H2O intolerant. This one takes the expression all in your head to an entirely new level. It takes true dedication and discipline to become a mental marine. But what if you're not of sound mind? How do you overcome your problems then? Does anyone smell burning? This has everything we want in a video game. Jaw-dropping landscapes, an elaborately orchestrated musical score, and an unbalanced protagonist who hears ethereal voices that makes us question the basis of all reality. Hellblade's Senua's Sacrifice promises to be an artistic escapade, action-packed with ninja-influenced combat. Well, it is made by a company called Ninja Theory. Senua is searching for someone, and her only companion on her voyage is a skull and a satchel. She may be small, but she is sprightly. A lot of effort has gone into developing the combat system. Rather than having a standard HUD with health bar and action keys littering the screen, the developers keep the screen clear with the focus on the action. Senua is your window into the world. The closer you get to death, the weaker her movements and blurrier her vision. She'll need her wits about her while fighting some very brawny men who believe animal bones are the pinnacle of defensive fashion. One thing we do know, she has a long and difficult journey ahead of her. With so many voices in her head, it's hard to tell who to listen to. You killed him! Land me. Gotta catch him all. Don't turn into shadow. Gotta catch him all. Oh, sorry everyone, sorry, hang on, sorry.
You'll see.
Hey Jim? Yeah? Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm just getting to that bit now. Okay, thanks. Bye. Hellblade is dark, to be sure, but it takes a true child of darkness to tread the paths of fear and face the depths of your own soul. When all is said and done, ask yourselves this: what really makes a man? And what truly makes a monster? Don't Nod, who developed Life is Strange, turned their moral compass to Vampire. Set in 1918 London, you are ruggedly handsome Dr. Jonathan E. Reed. And a vampire. You have a choice as to what sort of child of the night you want to be. A Lestat-esque predator or wimpy Cullen vegetarian. Team Jacob. Can you be both a healer and a killer? Should you focus on helping others or sating your own hankering hunger? You must maintain your cover at all costs. Apparently it will be possible to finish the game without taking a single life, if you can fight the thirst. The Spanish flu epidemic is running rampant in the streets. If people are sick and dying, then there's not much food for you. If you feel so inclined, any of the NPCs are walking blood buffets. Characters with higher health have better blood. If you get peckish, remember, you must bear the burden of your victim's final thoughts, which really makes it personal.
Oh boy, who'll look after him now? I tried to be a good father.
There is mythical folklore to keep in mind. You can't just stroll into someone's home uninvited. You have more than your preternatural powers at your disposal. Blood claws, butcher knives, maybe even a pistol or two. Among your enemies are other vampires and even vampire slayers. Vampire slayers? I doubt they'll be that cool. They are, however, ruthless and malicious in their chore, so get stronger or get out of the way. A flu epidemic and vampires? A bloody mess to be sure, but worry not, for there are methods to get away from it all. Places and planets beyond the cares of the supernatural. It's time for a smattering of sci-fi. Beyond Good and Evil 2 has been in development on and off since the release of the teaser trailer in 2008. The first game ended on a high note, with the Doms defeated and Hillis free from tyrannical rule. Thanks to the fun characters and immersive boss fights and journalism, it became a cult classic, with all of us adopting the battle cry. With so much time since the first memorable adventure, there are high hopes for the second part of this intended trilogy. The scorching desert is a stark contrast to the waterlogged world of Hillis. More gritty and more khaki. Jade is certainly less green than we remember, in colour and coordination. The first game explored the fauna of a single planet. Will Jade and Paige be confined to a solo planetary setting? What vehicular masterpieces will these grease monkeys utilise this time round? Can we expect a more in-depth style of snapshot search missions? As with games in development, there is much mystery surrounding the details of its dynamics. If the first game is anything to go by, this should be more fun than inhaling flies through your nose. Everyone loves a mean green mother from outer space. What we can't understand though is why some sequels take so long to be produced. Here is the third installment of a series I've been waiting over a decade to be completed. And I'm still waiting. Kingdom Hearts 3, the third and supposedly final installment in the Kingdom Hearts series, despite there being 9 other titles in the franchise. Graphically, it looks to be the most epic yet, and should reveal the truth behind the Keyblade War, what set Ansem on his dark path of body snatching, and what does Kingdom Hearts actually do. There's emphasis on team attacks by adding your strength to Donald or Goofy. World-wise, we've seen Tangled, Big Hero 6, and more of ancient Greece than just the Colosseum. How will the complex and complicated story of Sora be completed? Do we get to see Roxas again? So many variables. There's the Heartless, the Nobodies, the Unversed, the
dream thingies. The summon system is still there, but now you can summon attractions? Trains, teacups, pirate ships, laser blasters. This game has so many rides it might actually put the parks out of business. In Birth by Sleep, we learned the Keyblades can grant armor and rides. Now they grant pistols and cannons. It's safe to assume different keychains grant different attacks. With this lock-on leaping attack, this Keyblade wielder just got way cooler.
There's a lot to look forward to, and we've decided to save this one for last, as in our opinion it may just be the best. Rather than attempting a witty quip, we've decided to let our 7th Fantastic Final speak for itself.
Re-rendered, remastered, rewarded for our patience, the globe shook with excitement when the Final Fantasy VII Remake was announced at E3 2015. The original won so many awards, including multiple Game of the Years and ranked in the top 100 games ever. Look it up. The remake will be a complete overhaul, with key members of the original development team returning to once again breathe life into the video game that defined an entire generation. The turn-based battle system will be replaced by live-action battle sequences, and the box people are now portrayed by high-definition human beings. What has fans in a tizzy is that it will be released as a multi-part series, becoming accessible a bit at a time. Thinking back on how grand and intricate the story grew to be, it makes sense that Square Enix will give their all to appease the fans and newcomers to the series alike. It's a huge game and it deserves to be done right, to keep all the original emotional powered plot and side quests, as well as adding new content to play, expanding on an already amazing world. Look at his Buster Sword, it's so shiny!
Good games take time, and the ones on our list have the potential to be some of the biggest names in gaming for the years to come. But what do you think? What games are you impatient for? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you liked what we've done here, please subscribe and feel free to check out some of the other videos on our channel. Sorry, excuse me, hang on. Hello, Jim? Yeah? Alright, Jim says that if you click the like button, time will go faster and we'll get to play the games we want sooner. Thanks, Jim. He's a smart guy, our Jim. That like button is just genius. Thanks for watching. So, during Spidey's identity crisis, he shunned his webs and adopted 4 new public personas. Ricochet relied on the more gymnastic aspects of his powers, and he had these round discs that would bounce off anything and everything, pelting his enemies into submission and... Okay, I just like the Ricochet costume.